This is William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, and today is Sunday, October 30th. Recently, I've been contemplating what I should do in the future because I've been finding that social media channels, while they're important because it's just a means by which lots of people are able to access lots of information, for anyone who's interested in serious, productive discussions about controversial issues that are important, issues that are sensitive, issues that really shouldn't be discussed on a public platform, that really can't be discussed on a public platform. Those issues, they need a place where they can be discussed. And over the past year or two, I've posted hundreds of videos, and most of the videos that I've posted have been intended for folks who I know are just getting started with classical studies or deeper, more practical Catholic theology, scholastic theology, the study of sacred scripture, and so on. There have been a lot of general discussions, introductory level talks and things like that, and they've been pretty well received, but I'd really like to go a little deeper and get into these things in a more detailed way, and I know that it would be foolish to do so on a public platform. We see people getting into controversial subjects and saying all kinds of outrageous things publicly because they want attention. They're simply hoping to make money by selling ads. And so the more views, the more attention they can get, the better. And they intentionally exploit these public platforms just for attention and clicks and ad revenue. But that's not what I'm interested in. I'm really interested in developing Catholic philosophy. I'm really interested in promoting classical philosophy. I'm interested in discussing practical questions that Catholic families have to deal with. I'm interested in approaching current events, not just for the sake of gossiping about political controversies, but helping to figure out what we should be doing practically in the 21st century as we live out our Catholic lives today. These are controversial questions. They're complicated questions. They require sustained discussion and reflection, not the kind of back and forth nonsense that we see on social media where, people with a free Twitter account or a free Facebook account have access to post on other people's threads and just annoy everyone. And those people, they're never going to bring anyone to a positive solution. They're never going to solve the issue or answer the question. All they do is troll. All they do is wrangle and criticize and raise objections. They have no ability to lead to any practical solutions. And we need to ignore those people. Jesus said in the Gospels, he said, "Do not cast your pearls before swine." And these discussions, these topics, these are precious pearls that are very important in our lives. And there needs to be a forum where we can get into them and discuss them, where we can not just post our opinions and argue arrogantly with no real concern for finding a solution, but where we can actually open up a topic, discuss it in a sustained way, get into the sources, authoritative sources like sacred scripture, the church fathers, the great philosophers, the doctors of the church, the catechism, and so on, and continue these discussions and get deeper and deeper over time and actually build Catholic intellectual culture. There needs to be a forum for that. There needs to be a platform for that, and it's not social media. And so what I'm doing is creating a new site. It's going to be a private content site where I'm going to be posting new content, talks and articles, videos, resources that are only intended for members of an online community that will be accountable, to respectful discussions, careful studies, will be accountable to other members of a community, not just to be obnoxious, not just to wrangle for no reason and be contentious, but to actually read and reflect and discuss complex subjects in a respectable or responsible manner. There are going to be two important elements with this platform, this website. First of all, there's going to be a small financial commitment because I don't want the freeloaders hanging around and just posting their unsolicited comments and opinions. It's very easy to get rid of the annoying people by just making a paywall of any amount, because they either don't have any money or they won't actually put $1 on the table, because these discussions don't actually have any value to them. They just like to be annoying. And so as long as things are free, they'll participate. But if you put up even a modest payment requirement, they won't cross that line. So there's going to be a simple $10 a month membership subscription fee, or a $100 per year subscription fee. And like I said, that will keep the annoying people out. And secondly, there's going to be a non-disclosure agreement that's accepted by everyone who subscribes to membership. And a non-disclosure agreement is simply an agreement that what we share and discuss on this site is for members only and is confidential. And everyone who subscribes and becomes a member and participates in this site will promise that what's discussed among members on the site stays among members on the site. And there will be there actually is a legal non-disclosure agreement posted on the site, which anyone who subscribes to membership agrees to. And so we can have sensitive discussions on important topics, and we can be confident that the people involved are going to be people who promise to keep things confidential. That this sort of discussion is not going to be dragged into public where the swine just trample it and have no respect for the subtlety and the sensitivity of these discussions. So those two elements, I think, having a simple payment requirement that keeps out the freeloaders, that keeps out the contentious, and then a non-disclosure agreement where we all agree to keep these discussions among members only on the site and not spill over into public discussions or social media platforms where they're meddled with by people who have no business meddling with them. So if you're interested, I'm going to be posting new content that goes a lot deeper than my older content was able to go because of these problems. And I'm going to get into more practical subjects, applications of a lot of the philosophical topics that I've talked about in the past, and get deeper into some more challenging sources like the ancient philosophers, church fathers, doctors of the church, sacred scripture, and so on, understanding that it's a private community where we can monitor who the members are, and if there are any troublemakers, we can simply remove them. So I invite you, if you've enjoyed the walk talks, if you've enjoyed articles in the past, and you'd like to go beyond the introductory stuff and start getting deeper into these things, I'd like you to join me. The website address, it's on the Classical Liberal Arts website, but it's hosted on a subdomain. The address is WCM, my initials, wcm.classicalliberalarts.com. And as I said, it will be a members-only site where the content that I publish from now on will be hosted exclusively. You won't be able to access it on YouTube unless you're a member. And like I said, I'd like to share the resources that I have, because I have a lot of unique opportunities and privileges that I take very seriously. My ability to study and pray all day, every day, combined with my Dominican vocation, which is to contemplate and share the fruits of that contemplation. I consider it a responsibility to try to share things and be helpful. But there has to be an appropriate platform, and I think this will provide that platform. So I invite you to join me there. If you have any questions about it, please email me. My email address is mail or WCM, either one, at classicalliberalarts.com. I plan to post daily. I'm not going to be posting so many walk talks publicly because I'm going to get into more detail, get into more sensitive issues, and get into practical issues that can't be discussed among unfaithful people in public, without any control of the audience. And I'm looking forward to these discussions because I think they're going to be refreshing and helpful in modern society without the ugliness and annoyances of social media discussion. So if you're interested, join me there. The name of the site is The Catholic Classicist. And there's already new material going up, which I look forward to getting into. God bless you all.